Good morning, kids. How are you? Let's just adjust this a little bit, shall we? um, okay, so I know that a lot of you are waiting for me to do a video on the latest stuff having to do with Stephen Avery and what all of this means for Brendan Dassey, what with that court denying his motion for relief. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Shocker, I know. I have no fucking clue. I would like to think that one of my major strengths in just in life in general is that I know my limitations and I know when to admit that I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's something that I tell my kids a lot. You know how like your kids will come up to you and, "Mommy, why is the sky blue?" And you're like, "Because of the atmosphere." Why is with the atmosphere? Well, because of I don't fucking know. Let's look it up. My mama said when I was growing up, one of her favorite sayings was, "You don't have to know everything, as long as you know where to find the information." And that has served me very, very well throughout my life. It's one of the reasons why research tends to be one of my strongest attributes, is because I was taught from a very early age, from like 3 or 4 years old, to find out the information for myself. And I'm just going to say it, guys. I have no idea. I could make an educated guess, but that's going to be about as far as that goes, is an educated guess. And you know me, I don't like making guesses. I don't like, giving you guys anything less than information that I'm fairly certain on, if not 100% certain. So I don't know. This is kind of why I'm in college, is so I can find out. I'm not there yet. So I'm sorry, but that recording that was finally released of the phone call with Barb and Scott and Steven, the fuck was that all about, huh? Just gonna put my glasses to the side because it's making it very difficult for me to access my coffee, which, if you'll notice, is still very far away from my computer, because no. That recording, like, it fucking blew my mind. And for those of you that haven't had an opportunity to listen, I'll put the link down below in the description, because, oh my God, I had somebody forward this to me, Laura, of course. Laura forwarded this to me, and I got to tell you guys, everything that I heard in that recording just reinforced my knee-jerk reaction to the transcript. I'm sorry, but on some levels I could buy that, Barb was clueless and blah, blah, blah. But any opportunities to claim ignorance were effectively dispelled with that phone call. Any opportunity to say, "Oh no, I had no idea that all that stuff was on the hard drive when I had it wiped clean," all of that was dispelled with that phone call. And it's, yes, my kitchen table's kind of wobbly right now. We've got all of our house plants just kind of, kicking it on the table right now because we're cleaning. We're doing a deep clean while the girls are at my mother's, because kind of need to. Not doing Christmas in a dirty house. It's just not happening. So all of my plants are on like one side of the table so that my husband and I and our youngest can eat dinner. And but anyways, so that phone call really kind of solidified for me that Barb knows way more than what she's saying. And I don't know exactly what she knows, and I'm not going to sit here and speculate on what it is that she possibly could or could not know. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to say is that that phone call definitely let loose that she knows a fuck of a lot more than she's telling. She knows a lot more than any of us even thought she knew, which is really kind of disturbing. Okay. Now, let me tell you guys a story. Last year, my son got into an altercation. My middle son got into an altercation with a boy at his school. Kid started some shit with my son, which is a bad idea because he's taller than me and I'm 5'7", and at the time he was still taller than me and built like a brick shit house. And, this kid was fucking with him, and this kid took a swing first. And you don't do that with one of my kids, because no. He's like his mother. He won't start shit, but he will finish it. And so I had to go pick his ass up from school and take him home. And while I'm at work, after I take him home, because I was like, behave yourself. Just behave yourself. And I went back to work. Well, then I get a call from the school that a rumor was going around, started by the kid who fucked with my son, that all this shit was going to fucking go down and that my son was going to be this perpetrator and blah, blah, blah. And I ended up having to leave work and deal with it. And that's the difference, kids, is I knew where my son was. I knew that he was at home because it was in my hometown and everybody and their fucking sister is my cousin there. So all I had to do was call a couple of people and be like, is he there? Yes, he is. But I left work. I went home. I checked on my son. I dealt with the issue. And the thing is that until my son turns 18, I am his legal counsel. And so the difference here is when your child, I don't give a fuck how old they are, when your child is facing something, whether it be a school issue, a legal issue, talking to the cops, talking to the principal, doesn't fucking matter. You sit in. So you know what happened. Now, up until now, I have discounted Barb's involvement because I'm like, she trusted the cops. It's not her fault that she didn't know better. Most people don't. Most people don't know better than to not trust the police 100%. But then this phone call happened. And they're sitting there saying, Bobby saw her leave that day. Wait a second, Barb. You're telling me that Bobby saw Teresa Halbach leave the property that day when you know good and goddamn well he testified otherwise in court. Pardon my heater. It's very loud. And despite me living in the desert, it's fucking cold. But my oven's going. So that's why I'm not wearing like a long sleeve shirt or something. It's because my oven's going right now and it's fucking hot in my kitchen. And the only reason why I'm not doing these videos at my desk is because my lighting situation at my desk is really fucked. And it would look like there's a halo behind me. And we all know that that's not the case. So you're telling me, Barb, that you knew that Bobby saw Teresa Halbach leave the property that day, but you also knew that he testified otherwise in court, and you didn't say anything 12 fucking years ago? Are you shitting me? What the fuck? And what the fuck? Okay, I'm going to be a little nice to Barb on this one. Because because I don't have the whole story. Because I don't talk to the family. I don't talk to the family. I don't, up until recently, I kind of associated with Carla until recently. And, wish you well. Bye, Felicia. I don't really talk to anybody in the family. I never have. And I don't write to Steven and I don't write to Brendan because I need to remain objective. And if I become friendly with the family, then that takes all of my objectivity away. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, But having said that, I don't know the whole story. I don't know Barb's version of events. I don't know Scott's version of events. I don't know Bobby's version of events. I don't know, and I don't give a fuck. Damn, Skippy. This is my son's mug, but he is a very big Misfits fan. So, yeah. But anyways, so I'm going to give Barb a little bit of leeway on this. Not much, but a little bit. And only because I don't know the whole story. So there's like no reason, really. It's not like I'm going to sit here and say, well, Barb has integrity. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I choose to reserve full judgment until I do know. And I'm only going to know all that when all this shit gets sorted out. So that's point number one. Scott, on the other hand, I give no leeway to. What the fuck were you thinking, Scott? And to be honest, I know that this kind of like offshoots into the realm of conspiracy theory, but there is no way that you're going to convince my ass that that phone call, there's something hinky with it. And there's no way you're going to convince me that there's not, because they say both before the phone call and then in the middle of the fucking phone call, this phone call is being fucking recorded. They say it. The little automated bitch comes on and is like, this phone call is being recorded. So Scott, and they talked to Brendan. So Scott knew that these phone calls are being recorded, and he's still over there yelling like a fucking douche canoe in the background. Are you fucking shitting me? What the fuck were you thinking, Scott? And hearing the in the background, first of all, that's rude as shit. I'm sorry. My husband, I love him to death. I love my husband. He's a great man. Absolutely wonderful. But when we first got together, he would do the same thing. I'd be on the phone with like a friend or something, and he'd be commenting on what I'm talking about. And I'm like, baby, that's fucking rude. Were you raised in a barn? What the fuck? Because my mom instilled these severe manners in our family. And there are just some things you simply do not do. You do not show your bra strap. You don't wear a black bra under a white shirt or a white bra under a black shirt. That's just tacky. You don't pick your teeth at the table. You don't put your elbows on the table. And you don't comment on a phone call in the background. It's rude. It's just rude. So, Scott, where are your fucking manners? Number one. Where the fuck is your brain cells is number two. What the fuck were you thinking? Okay, now, I'm going to just say this. I'm going to say Scott didn't know that the call was being recorded, or he didn't care, and there's nothing hinky with that call. It wasn't staged in any way. Let's say that. Either way, you're still an asshole. What the fuck are you doing standing in the background talking about putting Steven in the ground? First of all, you are like this itty-bitty, skinny motherfucker. Okay? Compared to Steven Avery, you're a morsel, sweetheart. You're a fucking Toll House morsel. And you're fucking over here threatening Steven Avery He's in fucking prison. Real fucking easy to threaten someone who's behind 10-foot, 12-foot concrete walls covered in fucking razor wire and iron bars. Oh, big man. Big man. I'm so impressed. So many hearts are aflutter with you, Scott. As my disillusioned with her marriage cousin would say to her husband when he would pull shit like that, ooh, baby, mount me, you stud. The fuck was that? Scott, I hate to tell you this, but we all know your dick is small. That didn't help. You're compensating for something, sugar butt. So, then with Barb over there, and I know that people have said she told him to shut up so she couldn't possibly be abused. Clearly, you've never been in an abusive relationship in your fucking life. Okay? Abuse isn't constant day after day after day after day beatings. It is not 24 hours a day getting your ass beat. That's how they fuck with your head. You know, they're master manipulators. They may not be very smart, but they're master fucking manipulators. So being able to say to your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whoever the fuck is abusing you, because let's face facts, us bitches are no saints. To be able to look at them and be like, shut up, is normal in an abusive relationship. Because what's going to happen is it's going to build and build and build. And then finally they're going to lose their shit. They're going to beat the fuck out of you. And they're going to tell you that it's your fault because you've been being mean to them or whatever. And then they're going to cite examples like you telling them to shut up while they're yelling stupid shit in the background on the phone and tell you that it's your fault. And that's a specific example of why it's your fault. Okay. So to say, well, she told him to shut up. So that proves that she's not in an abusive relationship because obviously she's not that afraid of him. Nah. Dude. Use your head for something other than getting dropped on it. Fucking fuck, man. That phone call was a whole other level of what the fuck. And I'm not gonna go through the transcript and read it to you and all that other shit. We've already done that. And I don't like repeating myself. If you want to hear it again, click back a couple of videos, you'll find it. I don't like repeating myself. It's annoying. It's annoying as shit. So that's what I have on that phone call. That phone call was hinky as shit. You know, I find it very telling that at some point, Barb, I don't remember exactly what she says, but she alludes to, you know, something. And Steven says to her, do you really want me to put that over the phone? He's reminding her, this is being recorded. And somehow she didn't get the net of, hey, watch what you're saying. You're being recorded right now. Okay. I'll have one. Now, in other news, now that we've gotten the phone call part of the regularly scheduled program out of the way, I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. This is a missing person, and it's a missing endangered. And I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. I'll leave a link to my Twitter down below where this thing... Ooh! What the fuck do I do to my glasses, guys? It's pretty sad. When I take my glasses off, I put them to the side, I put them back on, and they're dirty as shit. What the fuck? No wonder my outlook's so shitty. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I'm just going to minimize this, and we're going to go over here. And, okay, so this is a missing endangered. She's been missing since 2016. This is Jessie Grace Rubio Montejano. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That's how that's close to how I would pronounce it because I'm Spanish. Jessie was last seen in Wenatchee, Washington on June 18th, 2016. She spoke to someone on the phone on June 20th, but no one has heard from her since. Her family says her disappearance is extremely out of character and she left behind 2 little boys. She may still be in the local area. Jessie may use the last name Moore. She has a tattoo of baby footprints and a butterfly on her upper left chest. The names Kaylin and Jonah with stars on her upper right chest, and the name Jonah in green on her right forearm. Jessie has dark blonde hair, but possibly shaved her head. She has hazel green eyes, and she is 5'2" or 5'3" and 140 to 160 pounds. So, my Washington peeps, if you could do me a solid, if you could do her family a solid, and keep a lookout for her, and if you happen to see her, please call the Wenatchee Police Department at 509-888-4251. And again, I'll leave the link down below in the description to my Twitter page where I've got her missing poster, and there's pictures of her there, both with hair and with a shaved head. There was a video, a cell phone video sent to her mom, I think, with where she's got a shaved head and she's kind of talking a little funky. Now, the reason why she's missing and endangered is she suffers from bipolar disorder, and a couple of other issues. And at the time she went missing, she was coming off of meth. And I guess because drugs were part of her repartee or her repertoire, the police didn't take it seriously, and the woman's been missing for 2 years. Her boys are missing her. And she could be in severe danger here, kids. So do me a favor, if you live in the Washington area or the Oregon area or whatever, the upper northwest coast, take a look at this, share it, publish it out, keep an eye out for her, please. Her sons deserve to know where their mother is. They deserve this. If you don't do it for her, do it for her kids. Okay? Thank you very much. I love you all. You guys are awesome, and I know that you'll do what you can to help. So that's what I've got for this video. I'm going to go and do some rapping because I thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to me here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Mama Phoenix 6. And if you boogie on over to the About page here on my channel, you'll find everything from my Pinterest boards to my Facebook fan page. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.